What it do? Glad to be back with you. And hey, guess what? Bethune-Cookman has a new head coach. It was announced Wednesday that Raymond Woodie Jr. would take over as the 16th head coach of the Wildcats. And an alumnus of the university, he is kind enough to join Jay Walker and myself right now, Raymond Woodie Jr. First off, congratulations. All right, it's all done. Ink's dry, contract signed. You good, right?
I'm great. Finally,
You look like new money over there. Been a long time coming. I know, we've been friends for years. You've always eyed this job as one that you thought you could be the difference maker, Bethune-Cookman. I mean, even when you were at other places, why was the Bethune-Cookman job so important to you?
Well, having opportunities to, go different places and just knowing that given an opportunity to come back to my alma mater, I mean, that was something that I've always dreamed about, going to different programs under Willie Taggart, helping him build those programs. And I said, hey, if I get an opportunity to go back to my alma mater, why not? I'd rather build it there, the BCU made me, just to be honest.
When you think about what has transpired over the last couple of months, there's been this pending status around the new head coach and just so much more eyes and attention given the fact that, at one point Ed Reed was going to be the head coach. That deal did not completely go through. The process continued for the search for a coach. So beyond it being your alma mater, what also attracted you? What was appealing about this job?
Well, looking at what they have to offer, obviously I love challenges, and having an opportunity to get a head job at a program that, they were finishing certain things, when you watch film, but then at times we're not finishing. So, with the inconsistent and having an opportunity to go back home, I mean, that was big for me, and I always saw that. I mean, at certain situations you do your research, but just knowing the location, knowing that you can recruit there, I mean, it's a gentle giant in my opinion.
And before we talk about what it's going to take moving forward, let's just be honest. I mean, me and Tiff, we go all over the country. We see every HBCU in the country. We analyze it. And it seems like things got messy at Bethune-Cookman, changing the presidents, changing the athletic directors, changing the numerous coaches there. What do? What's the overall morale around the campus? And how do you keep guys focused to say, you know what? We can't worry about the outside distractions. We got to take it one step at a time. What's going to be your message to your team when you start talking to them and addressing the players?
Well, basically, just coming, with a plan. Obviously, like I told the team today, we have to make sure that we take a step forward. We can't worry about what's behind us and just sitting down, talking with them, getting their goals, getting their, whether it's personal goals, team goals, making sure that we hold these guys accountable. And I think these kids, they want accountability, and obviously just looking in their eyes, just feeling their heartbeats today, following that plan and making sure we stick to the plan.
Let me ask you this. I'll follow up on that. Do you get a sense from the players? How do they feel? I'm thinking as a player, if I get a new coach in there, I get a little bit excited, and then all this stuff happens, and I have to stand up for this coach, and then they make a move on that coach, and then they bring in another coach, and then you hear all the stuff about what's going on. The administration doesn't love you and all these negative things. How are the players feeling right now?
Well, right now, I mean, they're excited, and I get it. Like I told them, I said, we're going to see when the going get tough, who's going to get going. I'm going to put you in an adverse situation to see how bad you really want it. And those kids, they want it, and it's my job and the coach's job to make sure that we stay on them in the classroom first, and then it's going to transfer, to the field. It's all about doing the little things right, being detailed in your work. And I just really feel like if you stick with a plan and give these guys an opportunity to understand the vision, the plan, and then outwork people and then be patient to see it through, we're going to have success.
I'm curious to know then, how do you set the tone, right? What do you look to accomplish? Because these next, say, 90 days, ever so critical So lay out the vision of what you hope to accomplish.
Well, being disciplined, being consistent, these kids, that's what they want. They want to see that coach coming in, we got a couple players that's great. They don't want to do what the coach asking them to do. So at some point you have to set an example, and I'm not saying that I will have to set an example, but I know it's going to be some tough times. And these guys got to see that I'm for real about what I say. I can't just say things. I got to follow through with stuff. And I think just being consistent and having those guys be accountable for their actions, and then obviously reward them as well. I just think it's going to really work out, but it starts with the leader.
New coaches, they always have a plan of discipline. I want the Bethune-Cookman fans to know who Raymond Woodie Jr. is. So let's go underneath the coach's helmet a little bit if we can here. So I'm gonna put you on the hot spot. What's the last album, song, CD? What's the last music that you listened to?
I would say Luke, Don't Stop, Get It, Get It.
Who were some of your coaching influences?
Tony Dungy, Willie Taggart, Doug Williams, Leslie Frazier, all those guys are in my corner, talking with them and just picking their brain. And, obviously, man, you want to be talking to guys that's great, and you want to pick up things from them.
So are you going to be more like Cy McLaren, or are you going to be more like Shine Wyatt?
Dress-wise, I won't. But I tell you, with the fire that Coach Wyatt brings, he inspires me. He was one of the ones that came in and talked with the group of guys and drew some light in their eyes. And I tell you, he's a phenomenal guy.
All-time best Wildcat. Who's the best Wildcat of all time, football-wise?
Larry Little.
He took the safe answer.
Larry Little.
He's the Hall of Famer, Jay. So yeah, that answer is very much appropriate.
Yes, Larry Little.
Here's something. You and I, we can have a conversation. I was tripping off of all the media stuff here, and I was like, the black college football we played seems to be a little bit different, right? And some of it's good, some of it's for the better. Strength training, weight conditioning. I was in shock when I remember about Bethune-Cookman over the years. All these uniform combinations. You had uniform combinations, you had helmets, this and that, and then they took a positive thing and made it a negative. Do you plan on bringing some of that hard nose? Hey, it's HBCU, but hey, you're gonna have a little chip on your shoulder.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Well, Raymond, before we go, just addressing Wildcat Nation. Getting an opportunity to speak to them. Obviously, you did so in the press conference, but social media continues to stay abuzz and will do so, especially leading up to the football season. What do you want Wildcat fans to know about this new era of their football program?
Well, we're going to be smart, fast, physical, and aggressive. And smart covers a lot. Discipline. Doing things right, being smart, making smart decisions, in all aspects. And then, like I said, we're going to be, fast, physical, and aggressive. And, don't want to give these guys a whole lot. Like I say, it's real simple, man. Teaching these guys how to be a pro. When you do those things and you break it down, good things are going to happen.
I agree. That's one thing about Bethune-Cookman. We know, if nothing else, they were going to be fast. They were going to run all over the field and attack. And that's one thing there's no shortage of. Why should somebody come to Bethune-Cookman to play for you?
Well, they're going to obviously get a model behavior as far as being a student first and an athlete second. They're going to get treated fairly. They're going to get a meaningful degree. And I'm going to make sure that they're going to develop into a great young man. It's going to be a lot of things that coming into this program that these guys are going to be educated about, not just rolling the ball out, but just, the whole being able to utilize things to get what you want in life. I tell people all the time, man, use the university. Don't let them use you. You know, get your summer interns. You know, you want to get a job before you even walk across that stage. So I'm gonna show them how to meet and greet people. You know, some of those stakeholders, you know, that own companies. You know, you want to go into business, hey, internship with NASCAR. You know, so we got a lot of things that we're excited about in the city.
Let me ask you this question. What was the message from athletic director Reggie Theus to you when you got the job? What was his message to you?
Well, you know, he did tell me, he said, it's a reason, you know, why you here, and you don't change the person that you are, and you do what got you here is being sincere, being fair, and being able to get people together and go into one main cause and win in all aspects.
Raymond Woodie Jr., we appreciate your time. Thank you so much. The 16th head coach of Bethune-Cookman University's football program. And before we go, Jay, I know you're going to want to do your favorite fight song, because I know, Raymond, you're going to want to hear that a whole bunch this coming football season. Go ahead, Jay. Just like you were kicking up the band. Go ahead.
Before we strike up, let's go Wildcat, which is the best chant in the country. I don't care. Graham was doing their thing. Can I give him some advice, Tiff? Can I give him some advice?
Go ahead, Jay.
Woody, you ready for some advice?
Yes, sir.
Circle the date of the Florida Classic. You better beat them Rattlers and have some success, and you'll go down as Bethune-Cookman Wildcat legend. Strike it up. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go.
Raymond was bobbing his head. He was so into it. He was like, "Oh, wait a minute, is it my turn to go?" No,
yeah.
Let's just
I'm ready to join you.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate you, Woody. Best of luck to you down there. We'll see what happens down there in Daytona Beach for the Wildcats.
Well, I can't wait to see you guys, and we'll be ready.